So the countdown to this year's World Cup is well and truly on as 32 nations combine to create the greatest sporting spectacular on the bloody planet. But in this video, I'm going to try and answer you one simple question. Can Ghana win this year's World Cup? That's right, folks, back once again with another World Cup summary video. That's right, where we're going to try and answer one simple question. Can this nation actually go out and win the World Cup out in Qatar? We'll take a look at it, all of it, in a second. Of course, if you're new, where you been, smash your subscribe button, bang it, all things World Cup related, Black and Rovers related, world football itself related. We got it all here, boys, under one roof. Of course, the countdown is well and truly on, with the tournament set to kick off in November 2022, of course. But what's going to happen this coming World Cup? We'll take a look at all of it in a second. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs. They are the patrons, of course. And if you are interested in helping out the channel in another way, check out the links down below. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Twitch, I'm on Patreon, and of course there's a Discord in there. So get in amongst it and let's get chatting. So let's take a look at the hopes and dreams of Ghana. That's right, the Black Stars are coming at you in this year's World Cup as well, representing the continent of Africa. Of course, Africa qualified as third round winners. We'll elaborate on that shortly. They qualified, of course, on the 29th of March 2022. It's their fourth tournament, of course. Their last was in 2014 in Wazoo. That's right. Of course, this is their first tournament in a row. And of course, their best was in 2010 in South Africa, where they took on the teeth of Suarez and Uruguay in a very feisty encounter, which of course we get the sequel to that in this year's group. Otto Addo is the manager, of course, I believe still for Ghana, and Andre Ayew alongside his brother Jordan are the key men for Ghana. There is a bit of a push right now for Ghana to bring in some players who have got Ghanaian ancestry. Of course, I think Hudson-Odoi is one of them. Loftus-Cheek, maybe. I don't even know. But there's a whole host of them trying to bring that talent to this World Cup under the badge of Ghana. Of course, maybe even some of these players have represented England or another nation in a non-competitive environment in the past. But the problem with that is Jamaica did the same sort of deal in the CONCACAF, but they waited too soon. They didn't bring the camaraderie. They didn't create that understanding, the camaraderie, the belief within the team. It was kind of getting a band of mercenaries together to kind of relight the fire, so to speak. It just was too quick, too soon. And I think Ghana, if they're going to go with this approach, are going to get found out quite badly, none the same. Let's take a look at, of course, how they qualified. They qualified with traditional, or not, when I say traditional, it's a bit harsh, with the old guard, I would say, of Ghana. None of these players that they've been brought in from family members who are Ghanaian through birth, etc., etc. So these are the old guard, and they qualified very narrowly against South Africa, of course. 13 points on the board. Goal difference was that, I think goal scoring was the difference maker between themselves and South Africa, going through Zimbabwe and Ethiopia and the same. Ghana at the African Cup of Nations were a bit of a shambles, and that's of course what has led to this change or approach to this year's tournament. Of course, they then took on a Nigeria. Goodness gracious me! In a tournament or in a shootout, straight shootout. We saw a couple of those in this tournament or this qualification phase. Of course, Egypt were as well on the losing end to it. But Ghana came out on top, having beaten Nigeria, I think, on away goals. It was just enough to get over the line. But right here, right now, would you say Nigeria or Ghana are the stronger team? Of course, Ghana are there. They're happy. They don't give a shit about what we think. They are there. But really, I think Nigeria, to be honest with you, are a stronger nation at the moment. But Ghana are there. And, of course, they bring with them not only experience, of course, for the Ayews, but of course Otto Addo, but also some players that they've managed to bring along for the ride. They are into Group H, which of course for me is the most difficult group in this World Cup. I say that from a point of view that any one of these four nations can qualify into the knockout stages. I've already painted my picture, I've already painted my scenario for this group, and of course, yeah, it's going to be tough to see Ghana get out of it. For them, though, of course, they are paired alongside Portugal, Uruguay, and South Korea. And of course, the key match for me is South Korea. That is match number 2 for them. They'll kick off their campaign against Portugal, match number 1. That's on the 24th of November, and then they'll wrap it up against Uruguay on December the 2nd. But what they want to do is get to that third game against Uruguay with a hope. Now that hope could be completely shot to shit by that third game if they lose to Portugal, if they lose to South Korea. They need to have at least 1 point on the board for them to be considered credible enough to have a go to get through to the knockout stages as well. So realistically, the Portugal game is going to be tough. It's not out of the question to think that Ghana can get something out of this game. I do think they can get something out of this game. I'm not sure if they will, but I think they definitely can. They can pick up a point. They could even get the win. But realistically, you're up against one of the juggernauts of European football. They might not be the team of 5-10 years ago, but they're definitely a team that's going to cause some problems in this group. And they, again, in most people's eyes, Portugal are the team to stop in this group, but Uruguay will be thinking, you know what, I think we're the team to stop. So you don't know what's going to happen in that game. You probably expect that one to be a free hit, and you're not supposed to probably win that game. But what you are supposed to do is be competitive against South Korea. I think both the nations of South Korea and Ghana are very, very so similar. And again, we talked about it the other day, or whenever we talked about it about South Korea. Their hopes and dreams rely on the shoulders of one man, Son Heung-min. And if he's involved with that game, it could be the difference maker. But if he's not involved in that game, well, guess what? Your chances of Ghana as a nation improve dramatically. So that is where the hopes and dreams of a nation will be lying on for Ghana. That match against South Korea, of course, on the 28th of November, of course. And then, if they win that game, 3 points in the bag, and never know, and they might even come into that game against Uruguay unbeaten. And of course, if that's the case, then guess what? They have a real good chance to go through. But that is... I'm burying the lead here. I am burying the lead. The elephant in the room. It is a rematch, of course, and what a rematch it would be. Suarez still involved. Ghana still has some players perhaps still involved from that 2010 quarterfinal match as well. So there's a score to be settled there. Can we see some sweet revenge from the Ghanaians, of course? And of course, that might be the match that separates the wheat from the chaff here. This could be the match. Ghana could be in a position, they might already be out of this tournament, but they might raise their game for that revenge against Uruguay and knock them out in the process. And of course, would be an absolute gift to the likes of Portugal and South Korea, none the same. So it's got so much, so many little plot lines going along in this group. We've got Ronaldo, we've got the rematch here, the Ghana against Uruguay. We've got the hopes and the dreams of a continent in Ghana. Of course, can Son Heung-min of South Korea get themselves out of this group? And of course, a fair crack of the whip to get into the latter stages. It's got all the stuff going on. Let's take a look at the odds then, shall we? 9-4 for Ghana to qualify, so tight. And again, 250-1 for them to go out and lift the trophy. Again, I'm ready for you, Linda. What you got for me?
Can they win the World Cup?
Can they win the World Cup? If I'm going to be completely honest here, no, they cannot win the World Cup. Unfortunately not. But can they have a deciding factor in who can win the World Cup? And in fact, can they have a deciding factor on who qualifies out of this group? Then yes, they can. That last game against Uruguay has got so much going on for it. And again, the Ghanaians will be so hyped, whether they're in it or not. Whether they, again, if they've still got a chance to qualify, that will be absolutely monumental to get a bit of sweet revenge at the expense of maybe Uruguay, of course. But for me, don't forget, that game against South Korea is massive. Win that, and you've got a good old chance. So, can they win the World Cup? No.
Will they win the World Cup?
And of course, no, they can't win. If they can't win it, if I can't answer yes to the first one, I won't definitely answer yes to the second one. But that, my friends, is my take. I think, for me, Ghana will crash out, unfortunately, at the last in the group stages. But realistically, the top two in this is so difficult. And again, I hope to be proven wrong in this one. And hopefully we can get at least one, maybe two African representatives in that last 16. But it's going to be very, very tough to see that happen. There you have it, folks. There you bloody have it. A short, sharp take on this nation's chances out in Qatar 2022. What do you expect this country will do in this year's tournament? Do you think they'll get out of the group stages, or do you think they'll go deep, deep, deep into the competition itself? Let me know your opinion down below. And of course, we'll look forward to non-stop coverage right here at Blackburn Overseas. We're going to have, of course, predictions, previews, reviews, reactions, and of course, reactions from real fans themselves, of course. So that's all to look forward to this year out in Qatar 2022. So make sure you smash your subscribe, smash the thumbs up, and smash the little bell, boys and girls, as we look forward to a fantastic winter, or at least late 2022 of world football. Let me know your thoughts and opinions again about this nation, and of course the tournament itself, in the comment section. But until then, guys and girls, I'll see you soon for the next one.